Imagine an island lost in time, a place where giants of the jungle roamed, and deep in the forest, under a pale moon, humans met another kind of human, small, strange, and ancient. This is the story of Homo floresiensis, the Hobbit people, and the humans who were trapped on their forgotten island. Our journey begins nearly 60,000 years ago, when small groups of early humans left mainland Asia, sailing across unpredictable seas in simple wooden rafts. They followed the stars, the wind, and the promise of new lands. But one island would test their courage beyond imagination. It was called Flores, a rugged volcanic world in what is now Indonesia. Surrounded by treacherous waters and cut off from the rest of the world, Flores was unlike any other place on Earth. There were no tigers, no elephants, no great predators. Instead, the island was ruled by pygmy elephants called Stegodon, massive lizards that hunted in daylight, and deep within its caves, a forgotten people. When modern humans first set foot on Flores, they expected isolation, not discovery. But among the dense forests and limestone caves, they began to find strange tools. Tools too old, too primitive to belong to their kind. And then came the bones. In 2003, scientists uncovered the remains of a tiny female skeleton, just over 1 meter tall, with a skull no larger than a grapefruit. Her bones told a story of intelligence and endurance. She walked upright, used fire, and crafted stone tools. She lived nearly 18,000 years ago, long after Neanderthals had vanished. They named her Homo floresiensis, the Hobbit people. But to the locals, their kind already had a name, the Ebu Gogo. In island legends, they were small, hairy people who stole food and whispered in an unknown tongue. Who were they really? Were they our cousins, our ancestors, or something in between? To find the answer, scientists looked deeper. The Hobbit people had tiny brains, 1/3 the size of ours, yet they hunted animals, built fires, and used tools with surprising skill. Their bodies were ancient, resembling humans from 2 million years earlier, yet their survival stretched into the age of modern humans. It was as if a chapter of human evolution had come alive again, a living fossil of humanity itself. But how did they end up there? Flores is an island separated by deep ocean trenches. Even in the Ice Age, when sea levels dropped, it remained isolated. The only way to reach it was by crossing open sea, a feat requiring intelligence, planning, and courage. That means the ancestors of the Hobbit people must have been capable of building rafts long before modern humans, perhaps the first seafarers in history. For hundreds of thousands of years, they lived in isolation, evolving into a smaller, compact form. This is known as island dwarfism, when large species trapped on islands shrink over generations to survive on limited resources. But unlike animals, these were humans, thinking, adapting, creating in miniature. Imagine meeting them. Their eyes level with your chest, their speech strange and sharp, their movements quick and animal-like. To modern humans, they might have seemed like spirits or children, but they were neither. They were the last survivors of an ancient world, still hunting, still dreaming beneath the jungle canopy. For a time, it seems both species shared the island. Archaeologists found overlapping layers of tools, some made by modern humans, some by the hobbits. Were they friends, enemies, or something in between? Perhaps they traded. Perhaps they fought. We will never know the sound of their voices, but the echoes of that encounter still haunt us. And then they were gone. Around 50,000 years ago, the Hobbit people vanished forever. The cause remains a mystery. Some believed a volcanic eruption buried their world in ash. Others say rising seas cut off their food supply. And some whisper that the arrival of modern humans sealed their fate. The same intelligence that helped our ancestors conquer the island may have also destroyed its native people. Yet, the legend of the Ebu Gogo did not die. In local folklore, they survived in caves and mountains, small creatures who mimicked human speech and stole from villages. Even in the 20th century, some islanders claimed to have seen them, wild, tiny humans living in the forest. Could remnants of that ancient species still linger in hidden valleys? Science says no, but imagination keeps them alive. What makes the story of Flores so powerful is not just that another species of human existed, but how recently they walked the earth. When the first farmers were planting seeds in the Middle East, Homo floresiensis had been gone for only a few thousand years. In evolutionary time, that's a heartbeat. We nearly shared the planet with another kind of human that looked nothing like us, yet dreamed, hunted, and lived as we did. Today, their bones rest in glass cases, but their mystery endures. Every fossil, every cave, every tool is a whisper from a forgotten world, a world that reminds us that humanity was never alone, that we were once part of a much larger family. Flores teaches us humility. It shows that intelligence comes in many forms, that survival is not measured in size or strength, but in adaptation and spirit. The Hobbit people may have vanished, but their story bridges the gap between myth and science, between what we were and what we could have been. So next time you gaze across the sea at a distant island, remember that long ago, humans stood there too, looking back across the waves, wondering if they were truly alone. And perhaps, somewhere in the shadows of the rainforest, the last echo of the Hobbit people still lingers, watching, remembering, a voice from the forgotten island.